Hey, Reagan.
Hey, Bobbie.
What you doing?
I was trying to remember a Bible story, but I can't remember the main character's name.
Maybe I can help. What's the story?
So it's something to do with Jesus helping someone.
Well, that doesn't really narrow it down.
True. Okay, so there was a guy who was trying to see Jesus, but he couldn't, and I think he, climbed something tall, like a building or a tree.
Zacchaeus?
Yeah, Zacchaeus, yes. Do you know that story? Would you mind sharing it?
Sure.
Awesome.
So this story starts with Jesus entering the town of Jericho. At that time, Jesus had been traveling all over, performing miracles, telling stories. The word was spreading about this man and the amazing things he could do. So it was pretty common that people would rush to see him when he came to a new place. In this town, there was a man named Zacchaeus. He was the chief tax collector and had lots of money. Now, Zacchaeus often took more money than he was supposed to from people for their taxes, so he could keep it for himself. So the people in Jericho didn't like Zacchaeus very much. But when Zacchaeus heard that Jesus was coming to town, he rushed to see him, just like everyone else. Now, Zacchaeus wasn't very tall, and he had a lot of trouble seeing anything where he was. So he decided to climb a tree to see Jesus. He climbed up a big sycamore tree, and when he did, Jesus spotted him and said, "Zacchaeus, come down immediately. I must stay at your house today." And he did.
Right, yeah, okay. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that story.
Why were you thinking about that story, Reagan?
Well, I was trying to remember different examples of how having a relationship with Jesus can change you.
Well, how does that happen in this story?
So, like you said, Zacchaeus was not a popular person. People didn't like him. He stole from them so that he could get himself rich. And so the reason this story is often really important to me is because despite this man being kind of a bad guy, Jesus still picks him to stay at his house. Jesus could have picked any person in the crowd, and I'm sure there are plenty of people who wanted to be picked. But Jesus picks Zacchaeus, a man who's lied and stole and cheated. That's who Jesus wanted to spend his time with.
Wow, I never knew that. That's so cool.
Right? So when Zacchaeus jumped out of the tree and went to Jesus, he promised to not only pay back all the money he'd taken, but to pay back 4 times as much as he had taken. Zacchaeus' heart had changed just from that one interaction with Jesus, from Jesus asking if he could stay at his house. When Jesus heard what Zacchaeus promised, he said, "Today salvation has come to this house, for the Son of Man came to seek and to save what was lost."
That's really awesome. Zacchaeus' whole way of life was changed just by this one interaction with Jesus.
Yeah. There's actually another verse that I think ties really well into this. It's from 2 Corinthians, and it says, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old is gone, and behold, the new has come." That means that when you're in Christ or with Christ, your life can change. You can let go of the things you used to do, and you can work to live the way Christ calls us to live.
Like loving God and my neighbor.
Exactly, yeah.
Wow, that's such a cool story. Thanks for sharing that, Reagan.
Of course, Bobbie.
I think I'm going to go try and find this story in my Bible and read it again.
That is a great idea. I'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.